Hello and welcome to the RBTV Game of the Week. I'm Andrew Polewski. Joining me today is Steve Bear, live from Shuey Stadium. Tonight, the Bulldogs will be facing off against new conference foes, Aurora Central. So, Steve, what are some things RB has to do well to win tonight?
Well, first of all, they gotta stop Aurora Central. This has been a team that struggled to score at times, and RB's really got to take advantage of that. And of course, the offense has to keep on doing what they've been doing, and that's been to put a lot of points on the board. That's of course thanks to Matt Schapp and Ryan Swift doing a great job managing the offense. If they can keep that up, they should come out of here with a victory and clinch a playoff spot.
I agree. I think jumping on the score early would be beneficial for the Bulldogs, who had a huge lead early in the game against Benton, and they kind of were just in coast for the rest of the game. Against a tough team like next week, Glenbard South, another conference, but that probably going to be for the conference championship that game. So I think that RB wants to rest their starters if they can, get it, if they want to get a huge win. But at the same time, they can't have that in their mind. They have to look forward, and they have to be focusing on the game at hand. They can't be looking too far ahead into the future.
Yeah, and this game is it's going to be no cakewalk. Aurora Central Catholic, they're a 5-2 team. I mean, the Bulldogs got to take them seriously, and if they can do that, they could clinch a playoff spot for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah, and that would be a historic moment, a great moment for Coach Curtin, who's struggled through a 2-win and 1-win back-to-back season. So clinching a playoff spot after coming back from a 1-win season, that'd be something truly historic, I believe.
Yeah, and you talked about it just a second ago. If they win this game, they'll essentially be playing a conference championship game against Glenbard South, at Glenbard South, which is going to be a daunting task.
Hostile environment.
But first things first, you got to beat ACC right here.
Mm-hmm. And that will start with Nick Fusinato kicking away. Back to return. Number 2, Griffin Zajic, the sophomore. And here we go. Nick Fusinato with the kick away. Short kick on the ground. Fielded by Brandon Babler. Gets caught up by a bunch of RB players, not letting him get any of those extra yards. Great play by RB.
Yeah, Fusinato, he's had a tendency throughout the year to, do some of those pooch kicks, on the ground rather than booming kicks through the air. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, it's been pretty beneficial for the Bulldogs. They've been getting opponents around the 20-yard line, and that's really what you want.
Yeah, I agree, and they did pin Aurora Central fairly deep. All you can ask for from a high school kicker of any level on the 23-yard line. And now the 4-year varsity starter quarterback and captain, Matt Ron, under center. Handoff, bounces off one tackle, breaks through another arm tackle, and is brought down at the 27-yard line. That was number 23, Roman Padilla.
Yeah, he's listed at 6 foot, 200 pounds, so he's a big guy.
Ooh,
and
stocky.
It's Bulldogs got to wrap him up. That you can't let a guy like that run all over you, because that's definitely something that could happen.
It's wearing to the defense. Big bodies like that are difficult to tackle, and little arm tackles like they tried to do are not going to work. And the pitch out wide to Brandon Babler. Brandon Babler, great pursuit by number 20 on the Bulldogs.
That's Mike McCabe. Great tackle. Great pursuit there by McCabe. Just a great play.
And brings up a 3rd and 7.
This has been a good job by the Bulldogs so far. Setting up a 3rd and long. That's exactly what you want to do coming out to start the game.
I agree. And now Ron in the shotgun with Padilla next to him. 4 wide receiver set, excuse me. And the snap to Ron. Ron looking deep. No one open.
Wow.
And a great tackle by David Pearnock, the blitzing linebacker.
Pearnock, a great pursuit. The quarterback for ACC on the play had nothing downfield, and Pearnock took advantage of that and took him down for an easy sack.
That's in the biz what they call a coverage sack. Coverage was so good, quarterback had nothing else to do. No, he didn't. He had a little bit of time, but if RB's coverage is that good, can't complain.
Yeah, absolutely. And the backfield for RB has just been tremendous over the past few weeks, and you see it again there.
And now it is Chap, the most dynamic man at RB. Back to receive the punt, and it's a short one.
Let's see if he gets the opportunity here.
Possibly kicking away from Matt Chapp. Rolling on the ground, he scoops it and does not let it go any farther. Smart play by Matt Chapp, now letting it roll another 5 or so yards.
Yeah, it looks like ACC has read the scouting report. Do not let Chapp get a hold of the ball on special teams.
That would be a smart idea. He has housed a couple on punts this year, so.
Yeah, and as bad of a game the Fenton Bison played last week, they did a good job of that, keeping the ball away from.
They did.
From Chapp, and it looks like ACC is going to take a page out of their playbook on that.
And now it's Swift under center with Kulaga in the backfield. Play action. Looking for a man deep. He has Chapp. Checks down to Zigalich. Zigalich makes one tackler miss but gets dragged down by the jersey for a 5-yard gain.
It's a good play. Good play call by Curtin on that. You know, you're expecting the run first down. Good play action and get some positive yardage to start things off.
Yep, good ball handling by Swift, letting him roll out to the left. Good protection by the offensive line, too. Swift sat in the pocket all day. Someone I wish to have a good game that, kind of didn't struggle, because I don't think anyone struggled last week, but I had a mediocre game, was Anton Dixon. Now Matt Chapp has the ball, bounces it outside, gets dragged down by a pair of Raiders. Of Knights. Aurora Central Knights, excuse me.
Yeah, Dixon. He was a little quiet in the game last week. He got targeted a couple times, but Swift made a few errant passes. He only made 2 incompletions the whole game. One of them to Dixon. Yeah,
the other dropped by Zigalich, and now Chapp motions left, and now Swift rolling out to left. Big pressure, and bobbled and hauled in.
Wow,
by Kyle Tracy. Man, I thought that was a sure drop.
What a catch by Tracy. Wow, if he gets that ball in space, and if Swift had delivered a clean pass, that would have been a first down for the Bulldogs.
RB aggressively going for it, not sending out the punting unit on this 4th and 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are not.
I like the play call. Aggressive. You're on your own side of the field now. Why not?
At home. And now it's Ryan Swift under center. Pearden knocking it fullback. Chapp in the backfield. Snap. Hand off to Chapp. And he gets there.
Yeah, great.
Matt Chapp got that first down.
Yeah, great second effort by Chapp on that play. It looked like he may have been gobbled up in the backfield, but he kept on churning his legs and got the first down.
And it's worth mentioning, Steve, this is the last game. This will be the last football game played here at Shuey Stadium.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, the bleachers are being torn down almost immediately after this game. They're going to start the construction.
Yep.
I believe that the place will retain the name Shuey Stadium, but it's a historic feel, and it definitely is going to have a different feel afterwards.
I agree, yeah. And there is soccer regionals are being hosted at RB, so after that, they will begin tearing stuff down.
Yeah, that's right.
And now it is Swift. Interesting play call, and Dixon, a little bit of space. Big hit.
Wow.
And Dixon with a 3-yard gain.
How about that block by Louis Grigoletti? Just absolutely clobbers the ACC defender.
Gotta love that. Louis, the big man, playing in his 3rd game of the season? 3rd game of the season.
Yeah, I believe it's 3rd game of the season. Of course, Louis, the D1 commit to Central Michigan. He's just been a huge part of this Bulldogs offensive line for years now.
Ryan Swift trying to take it quickly. Matt Chapp matched up on a linebacker. That's not what Aurora Central wants. Hand off to Kulaga. Kulaga busts through a couple tackles. A flag called, possibly holding, but that was a good game for Kulaga over 6 yards.
Yeah, Kulaga was,
Let's see what the call is here.
Yeah,
and it is holding. Yep, holding on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, but good run by Kulaga regardless. He's another guy who kind of had a quiet week last week. But Chapp had the horse's load of the work, but look for Kulaga to come out and have a solid game.
Kulaga, another bruiser, listed at 5'10", 220. Big guy. Talk about difficult to bring down.
Oh, yeah. He's just an all-around athlete. He plays baseball. He's a slugger for the baseball team. And he's not an easy guy to take down.
And now RB has a 2nd and 17 facing them. Snap to Swift. Swift tried a little trap handoff to Kulaga. They sniffed that one out.
Yeah, ACC was bringing the house. That was just not the right play call for that situation.
Yeah, ACC really pinned RB deep now. That was a key play because if RB would have gotten even, within the, in the chains, they would have had a chance, pinning them deep. And now the punting situation is different for RB if they, throw an incomplete pass or don't get most of the yards back on this play.
Yeah, interesting. I'll be interested to see if they go for a pass or just run it, play conservatively.
Oh, man. ACC stacking the box. And now it's Swift with Chap in the backfield. Play action to Chap. Has a man deep in the scene. It's Dixon.
Wow.
Who hauls in the grab. Antone Dixon. We said he was going to have a better game, and there it is. Antone Dixon with a large pickup.
Yeah, what a clutch play by Dixon there. He's been so solid for the Bulldogs, just as reliable as they come, and there he shows why he's one of Swift's favorite options.
Man, Ryan Swift just dropped that in there in between about 4 Aurora Catholic players.
Yeah, what a throw by Swift there.
And now it's Swift. Under center, 4 wide receiver set. Tracy, the Ziegler Jr. near side, Dixon and Chap your far side, Kulaga in the backfield. And Swift targeting Tracy off the hands and incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you know what? Tracy's got to make that catch. Swift may have thrown it to his wrong side, but, I mean, that's a catch that you got to make.
I agree. And, yeah, he did bobble the one, even though he eventually came up with the grab on the one out route earlier in this game. He was bobbling that one today.
Yeah, of course. Tracy coming off his huge performance, 8 catches, 2 touchdowns, about 174 yards. Let's see if he can, build off that performance.
And now it's Swift. Swift finding Chap. Chap cuts up field, breaks a couple tackles, and he looks like he will be gone. Matt Chap in the end zone for the touchdown.
Man, Matt Chap, what a play. This guy just does it week in, week out. Every play, he just goes 100%. You see it there with the touchdown, just breaks through some would-be tacklers, and we got a 6-0 ball game.
That was incredible by Matt Chap. With 5 minutes left in this first quarter, Matt Chap, wow, he turned on those afterburners in a hurry. And now it will be Fusinato for the extra point. The extra point is good by a long margin. Man, Nick Fusinato kicked that a ways. And that puts RB up 7-0 with 5 minutes left in this first quarter.
Yeah, something the Bulldogs lacked last year in their tough season was a playmaker because Chap was injured for so much of the year.
He was. Injured in practice after the second week of the season. After the first week, rather.
Exactly. Yeah. And when you have a guy that you can just throw the ball to and let him make a play, that's just such a nice commodity for a quarterback. And the Bulldogs have relied on him very heavily throughout the year, and he's really picked up the slack, and he's a huge reason why the Bulldogs where they are now, knocking on the door of clinching a playoff berth.
And that went a big way towards clinching that playoff spot.
Yeah,
getting up early.
Yeah.
Good defense, marching down the field, getting up early, despite the third and incredibly long.
Yeah, it's like you said, Bulldogs have to, get on top and stay on top. And so far, they're sticking to that script.
Yeah, they've done half the plan already. And now, Fusinato, another low kick. Bounces, recovered by Aurora Central. Breaks a couple tackles and is brought down at the 35-yard line. Now, I think Nick Fusinato, they may have heard something in the scouting report that says one of their returners may be dangerous because it seems like he's purposely kicking these low and into the dirt.
Yeah, and if that's the case, he's doing a solid job at that.
Mm-hmm. And now Aurora Central will begin its second drive at the 35. Great defense by the Bulldogs, forced to punt at 3 and out. Last possession.
Yeah, and let's see if the Bulldogs can build off of that great first stand.
And now it's Matt Round under center. Keeps himself, breaks a couple tackles, good blocking, and brought down by 3 Bulldogs, led by number 44. That'd be Zach Pasker.
Yeah, interesting call, quarterback draw.
Mm-hmm.
Receiving core, not doing much for the Knights on the first drive. See if you can let the quarterback run for some yardage. And
yeah, and that keeps the defense honest. Now RB Every time it looks like it's going to be a handoff, the defenders have that in their back of their mind, thinking he could keep it. Opens up a lot of options for Aurora Central.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs' great secondary really limits teams' ability to make passes downfield, and that's great if you're a Bulldogs fan.
Now it's Matt Runner to center. And it looks like a Bulldog in on him. Nice. Oh, he had a man open, but overthrew him, trying to find Brandon Babler, excuse me.
Yeah, but again, a good job by the secondary. They were closing in on him. I'm not sure that he could have made that catch even if the throw had been on the money.
Yeah, he would have taken a big hit if he hauled that in. Also, notably, RB was getting ready to sack Matt Round right before he threw the ball. He probably had to get rid of it a tick quicker than he wanted to, and that's what probably forced the overthrow. Good job of the RB defensive line to this point. And now it is Ron under center. See, Ron in the shotgun. Snap to Ron. 5 wide receiver set, trying to find his man in the middle, and does not. Looking for Brandon Babler again.
Yeah, you saw Wise coming in off the side. It's really hard to make something happen when you have all those guys running at you.
Yeah.
And he had to get rid of it quick, and Bulldogs made a good play. Piernock got in the way.
Yeah, I agree. And now, interesting play call by the Bulldog coaching staff here on special teams. Chap and Zieglich back to receive this one. So if they try to kick away from Chap, they'll be kicking right to Zieglich, trying to cover a bit more ground, not let them do those dumpy short stuff. Oh, almost blocked.
Yeah, Kunkel almost had a block there.
And now it's Chap. Let him work his magic. Cuts inside, bounces outside, breaks a tackle, finds himself in the face of 4 Aurora Central defenders. But a good return from Matt Chap, bringing it up to RB's own 48.
Yeah, this Matt Chap guy, it's like lightning in a bottle. Every time he gets his hands on the ball, every Bulldog fan knows that something crazy could happen. And he was dancing around there, and everyone on the Bulldog side is just holding their breath because they know what can happen.
I agree. Lightning in a bottle. Reminds you when for a high school perspective, when you watch Devin Hester on the Bears, anything can happen. And now Chap in motion. Snap to Swift. Quarterback draw for RB. And Swift fights his way for 3 yards. Will be a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Bulldogs trying to keep the Knights honest. Good call. Get some positive yardage, first down on the quarterback draw.
Again, now every time that Chap goes in motion and they don't want to run another end around or hand off like that, they have to worry about Swift possibly keeping it. Now they go 2-back set, weak side eye. Dixon and Zieglich, your receivers. And now Swift finds Zieglich underneath. Zieglich cuts upfield, really wants to get that first down, and he gets it. And 5 more. And into Aurora Central territory.
Yeah, you talked about it earlier. Zieglich had a quiet game against Fenton. Now he's got 2 catches already, and that one good for a first down. Looks like he's coming to play tonight.
One of Ryan Swift's favorite targets. Surprisingly quiet. But, I mean, when Matt Chap was so loud, how were they quiet?
Yeah, exactly.
And now, split back set, Swift in the shotgun. Swift hands off to Chap up the middle, gets it lit up by number 28 on Aurora Central. That'd be Khalil Guis.
Yeah, big hit by Guis on that one, but Chap kept on going, and he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Guis, the captain, second-year varsity player. Looks like he's going to be a big part of this offense on the defensive line.
Yeah, and, ACC is going to have people step up if they want to slow down this Bulldog offense that's been like a well-oiled machine over the past month or so.
Yeah, and it has been easy, though, against certain teams. Looks like Aurora Central came to play. They're not going to lie down against RB. Now it's Wicken around the end. Bounce it outside. Gets a couple extra yards. Gets way more than a couple. Great run by Zach Butch Wicken.
Good play call by Coach Curtin there. The end around to Whitkin. You're looking Chap pretty much all the way if you're ever facing the Bulldogs. And that's what having all these other guys like Whitkin and Dixon, if they want to cheat and try to stop Chap, you have 1,000 other guys to give it to.
And Zach Wicken, very promising future for him. Had a great season last year. On the sophomore team, was brought up to the varsity team. Another really quick speedster track guy. RB does a good job of getting their football players into track or getting their track players into football sometimes. And Wicken, a quick guy. Pitch to Kulaga. Kulaga trying to fight for those yards. Flag on the play. Probable holding on the Bulldogs. We'll see. Yeah, motioning is holding. Hey, tried to run. A little pitch out to Kulaga. Get the linebackers moving, but Aurora Central was quick to cover that one.
Yeah, both times Kulaga has gotten the ball, there have been holds.
Yeah. And that will be holding on the offense. And, yeah, that would be the second holding penalty on the Bulldogs this quarter. And with a minute 53, and Aurora Central, instead of taking the 4th and 2, RB shown they can make it on 4th and 2, so they're going to back RB up and make him go for a 3rd and 14.
Yeah, last drive when there was a hold, Swift made a great pass to Dixon. Let's see if they can repeat the magic here.
And it is a 3 wide receiver set with 2 backs. Swift in the shotgun. A lot of protection, a lot of time for Swift.
Tracy.
Swift fires,
over.
Intercepted. A little behind Kyle Tracy, and looks like he's going to try to return it. Good tackle by Nick Kandari. Threw him to the ground.
Wow.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, you could tell that, Kandari was frustrated there. Took his anger out on the ACC defensive back. But, yeah, not a great pass by Swift there. You got 2 men.
Excuse me, that was Henry Gressick, not Nick Kandari.
Oh, yeah, Henry Gressick, another very aggressive player for the Bulldogs. But, yeah, Swift definitely wishes he could have had that one back. You have 2 defenders right in that area. He thought he could thread the needle, but just an errant pass for Swift.
And now it's Aurora Central. Good run, big hit by the Bulldogs. Adolfo Linares stepping into the gap and doling out quite the big hit, but taking a little bit of contact himself.
Yeah, great hit by Linares on that play.
It's interesting. Last year, Adolfo, mainly an offensive weapon for the Bulldogs. This year, mainly a defensive weapon with, a few new players, a couple sophomores now on the team. Chap healthy. Really shows the versatility of the offense. Now it's Ron. Oh, good job by Jordan Petronella breaking up that one in the backfield for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, Jordan Petronella has just been wreaking havoc on runners all year for the Bulldogs, and it looks like tonight's going to be no exception.
And it is a very crucial third and 4. There we go. As the clock, I think Aurora Central may try to get this one off. Yep, they have to get this one off. The play clock separating by 10 seconds here. It's at 10 seconds where the play clock's at 13. And now Aurora Central, back to pass. A lot of targets. Tries to find someone in the flat, but I don't know who he's throwing to there.
Yeah, looks like he was just trying to get a pass off. Great stop by the Bulldogs. Coming off a turnover, you don't want to let turnovers turn into points, and the Bulldog defense bailed out the offense on that one.
Wow, you're correct. That was very good coverage. Didn't look like Ron had anywhere to go. Matt Ron, the 4th-year varsity quarterback, could not find an open man.
Let's see if we can get Chap an opportunity here to make something happen for the Bulldogs.
We hear the commotion beneath us. The t-shirt toss has begun. And it's a deep booming kick way out of bounds, which will give the Bulldogs pretty good field position here. The 38-yard line, their own 38, to begin the second quarter.
Part of the reason the Bulldogs have been having so much success is because they haven't turned the ball over. And Ryan Swift has done a great job over the past few games of managing the game correctly. And, yeah, he's stayed away from the turnovers except for there.
Yeah.
And, if the Bulldogs are going to, make something of this season, do something in the playoffs, they cannot let turnovers happen. Turnovers can, be the Achilles heel to any good team.
That's true. I think Ryan Swift knows what he did wrong there. Tracy had a little window of opportunity, but Swift let that pass before throwing the ball.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as turnovers go, it could be worse. It was third down, and you can make that argument that it acted as a kind of a punt in some respects.
In a way. And now Arby will get the ball on their own 38-yard line to begin the second quarter.
Let's see if Swift can come out here and redeem himself after the poor pass.
Arby's offense, even though a little mistake-laden early, has also looked equally explosive.
Yeah, anytime you got Matt Chapp on your side, you're going to have the potential to make a big play, and that's what they did early on in the first quarter.
And it looks like the clock is not restarting. There it is. Now the clock is correct, and we will continue play. Full wide receiver set. Swift and Chap Dixon in motion. And there is some movement on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be number 71. That's Vince Castillo.
Yeah, Vince clearly not happy with himself, hitting his helmet, hitting the ground.
Yeah,
he wished he could have that one back.
A little antsy before the play. And, it's a big game. They have the opportunity to clinch a playoff spot. It looks like nerves are playing a factor right now.
I think RB just needs to settle down. They will be all right. And now Swift. Snap to Swift, pitch out to Chap. Chap with some blocking, cuts up field, breaks the tackle, spins away for another, breaks another tackle. And oh my gosh, is he gone? He may be 30, and the 20, and the 10, and the 5. Touchdown, Matt Chap.
Matt Chap, you are ridiculous. What a play.
Oh, man, as it looks like Arby's offense was going to be stalling, Matt Chap goes out and does something like that. Holy God. Matt Chap.
Yeah, you just said it. The Bulldogs have been stalling on offense, but when you got an explosive playmaker like Chap, Ryan Swift literally just flipped him the ball and said, hey, go ahead, have fun.
The blocking was good, but not spectacular. Matt Chap made his own magic right there. He turned on the beast mode. And now Nick Fusinato will attempt the extra point. He's up, and it is good. Nick Fusinato continues his string of extra points.
Yeah, you talk about how important Chap is. Even when the Bulldogs aren't playing their best ball, Chap is there to bail them out, and he's been that guy all season long. And looks like the Bulldogs are gonna ride this season wherever Chap takes them.
Yeah, and the score now: RB 14, Aurora Central 0. Well, I think it's worth noting as the band is playing the United States Marines song here. We can hear in our mics, in our heads, here at the stadium, that it is Veterans Day here at. It's not the actual Veterans Day, but it is. They're recognizing the veterans today at the football game. Yeah,
and these veterans, they do so much for us. It's really the most important thing you can do is serve your country, and it's really important that we honor those who have served and those who have given their lives and paid the ultimate sacrifice. Yeah, to make this country safe. And now Fusinato, another low kick. May have taken a hop off. And, oh, man, this guy looks like he's quick. Oh. Tries to hurdle and does hurdle. Butch Wicken cleaned up by David Pearl-Pierdonac. Good return down to their own 40-yard line. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if number 2, Zajic, is also on the track team. That guy has some hops there. Yeah, we saw him hurdle Wicken pretty effortlessly there. Yeah, actually, Wicken did get a piece of his knee, but lucky Pearl-Pierdonac was there. He may have been gone. Yeah, and the Bulldogs special team have been doing a great job this year of stopping the big plays. Mm-hmm. Last week, Fenton almost broke one off for a kick return, but Nick Fusinato came in, slowed down the guy so he could get tackled, and that's been a key for the Bulldogs, slowing people down on special teams. And now, quarterback keeper by Ron
held to a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, McCabe and Kunkel in on the tackle there. They've been so huge for this Bulldogs defense that's looked extremely stout the past month or so.
And now, Arby's defense actually, I agree, has looked incredibly very good. They have limited the pass, which made Aurora Central incredibly one-dimensional. And that's what you want to do on a defense. Force them to pass only or force them to run only. And the way Arby's formation is, with their 3 down linemen, 5 linebackers, and 1 safety, it's daring teams to pass. If they can shut down the pass, they are looking pretty solid as the pass out to, what a tackle. Great fundamental tackling. I think that was Dixon on that tackle. Or maybe that was Banks. Eshawn Banks wrapping up the legs of Mario May.
Yeah, and that's how you teach it. He's a big guy. You got to go down low, grab his legs, and, if you're not going to get him, you're going to slow him down for one of your teammates to get him.
Yeah, Mario May, 6'7", 230. I thought there was another lineman out there receiving the catch there. Mario May, a big guy. Look for him in end zone situations, red zone situations for Aurora Central. But it is 3rd and 1 here. This would be huge if Arby could get a stop. And a timeout taken by Aurora Central. Not liking something the Bulldogs showed them, or a little confusion, or something else. Forced them to take a timeout with 9:50 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looks like whoever's operating the scoreboard is not on top of their game. A couple of miscues. Not to point anyone out.
Not to point anyone out, I agree.
Hey,
yeah.
it's a stressful game for
position.
everyone.
Yeah, stressful position, making sure the clock. You got to make sure you watch the guy in the white hat.
9:53 on the clock. 9:53.
And it will reset to 9 minutes and 53 seconds. If Arby gets a stop here on this 3rd and 1, this could be crucial. Because if Aurora Central begins a drive here, that can get some momentum. A touchdown here will put them right back in the game. It is currently 14-0. Arby lead with 9:53 left in the first half. Four receivers set, 1 in the backfield. Ron, QB keeper, and gets it by a long margin of about 2 yards.
Yeah, we've talked about how solid Arby's defense has been all year, and really, if you take out their 2 losses, they give up 45 to St. Edwards, and then I'm not exactly sure against Nazareth, but
a similar margin to Nazareth.
Yeah, around the 50-point mark. But they've just been, other than those 2 games, they've pretty much limited teams to around like 10 points, which is just ridiculous.
And some of those points have come out even after Arby's taking out starters.
Yeah, it's garbage time points. And
especially against Guerin.
Yeah.
And now fumble. And, oh, man. Looks like Padilla was lucky to fall on that one. It'll be a 2nd and 10. Mishandled snap there from May to Padilla. Ron to Padilla.
Yeah, if ACC wants to stay in this game, they cannot turn the ball over. That would be, a real crux on their opportunity to win this game.
And now with 9:10 and counting left in this first half, Aurora Central has a 2nd and 10 from the midway point of the field. Snap to Ron. Ron looking to the far sideline. Has his man. Bastille gets the first down to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he was unordinarily open in coverage there, but a good tackle by number 5, Whitkin, nonetheless.
Yeah, you can't say enough. I feel like every game we talk about all of the juniors who make contributions to RB's team, but you can't talk enough from Edwin Rios to Zach Wicken, Butch Wicken, and, of course, the quarterback, Ryan Swift, and fullback David Pilpierdenax are both captains as juniors. You really can't count the impact on numbers or yards that the juniors have on this Bulldog team. And looks like Padilla got the handoff with a 0-yard gain. Great defense by the Bulldogs. Edwin Rios in on the tackle.
I believe that was Dan McGee.
Dan McGee, of course. My mistake.
McGee, another senior leader. He's had a very solid season. He had a big sack against Fenton last week. Just been a really solid fixture for this Bulldogs defense.
For many years. You know, our Dan McGee played football all his life.
Yeah, runs through the veins for McGee.
And now it's to Ron. Ron, play action. Edwin in on him. Dan McGee in on him. And no dice that was Brian May picks up the big reception for Aurora Central when Ron had two Bulldogs barreling down on him.
Yeah, good job by Ron to keep his composure and hit up his big receiver for the first down. That's not an easy thing to do, running from defenders on the run, making a throw like that. Give credit to Ron there.
Yeah, and it was Edwin Rios and Jordan Petronella nearly sacking quarterback Matt Ron. And now Matt Ron hands off to Padilla, who's going nowhere fast as Arby stops him for even half a yard loss.
Great play by the Bulldogs. Looking good here. Let's just try to keep him out of the red zone. Don't let him get the idea of a touchdown.
The score is only 14-0. As lopsided as this game has seemed while the Bulldogs have been on offense. On defense, this drive, it's been a different story.
Yeah, and one play could change the whole landscape of the game.
It could. It has been the big plays, 3rd and longs, that have been completed for Aurora Central so far. And now it's Matt Ron. Ron with 4 receivers. Rolls out to the left and does not find, nearly misses. Number 28, Kyle Guise.
Yeah, he had Guise for a first down there if you can make the pass just a little far left.
That's
for
38,
Ron there.
Jake Staudacher. And Staudacher, big tight end, second-year varsity player, the senior. Could come up clutch in the red zone. You see, this is what worries me if Aurora Central gets in the end zone. They have big targets, Mario May and Staudacher. Dangerously sized tight ends, and a quarterback who's looked fairly accurate. Got to give a little bit of props to Matt Ron,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Big receivers are definitely a great asset in the red zone.
Now it's Ron. Play action to Padilla, finds a man down the seam, and he's in the end zone. Brandon Babler for the touchdown, the first-year varsity player and the senior.
Yeah, we talked about it. One play can change the landscape of the game, and that's exactly what just happened. It's a one possession ball game now, and yeah, like I said, we got a ball game on our hands.
Arby's offense will need to respond with points on this drive, as that touchdown came with 6:31 left in this first half. If Arby could have a long, slow, sustained drive, it eats a lot of time off this clock. It'd be incredibly beneficial for them.
Yeah, and they get the ball after second half
They
too,
do.
so that could be key for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, put some points on the board. You know, if there's time, get a stop, and then get the ball back after halftime. That's it. That's a winning combination for the Bulldogs right there. Extra point is good from Victor Franco. And we have a ball game, Steve. One possession game, 14-7. Bulldog lead.
Yeah, 14-point lead. Bulldogs are feeling great, but I don't know if they got a little too comfortable or not. But yeah, next thing you know, it's 14-7. We got a ball game now.
Arby, it will have their heads up for this next drive. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, definitely can. You got to take ACC seriously. They're a 5-2 team, and they got some upside. They've put up a lot of points this year.
They have. And it will be Wicken and Chap back to receive the kick. You may see some explosiveness from Wicken as they may decide to once again kick away from Chap.
Yeah, let's see though. Maybe Chap gets an opportunity. Anytime he gets his hands on the ball, anything could happen.
And now Victor Franco kicks away.
Yeah,
To Wicken, over the head of Wicken, and rolls into the end zone for the touchback.
Impressive kick from Franco there, booming
Yeah,
over
he's
the
got
head
a,
of
he's got a
Woodkin
boot.
there.
He's got a boot. And RB will begin a long drive, hopefully on the 20-yard line.
Long drive could be a silver lining. Gives opportunity to chew up more clock.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we want to eat down as much clock as possible on this drive. 6 minutes left. I mean, it's hard to make a drive last 6 minutes. That's almost borders on inefficient if we make it last that long. But a good long 4-minute drive. You know, we talk about the 4-minute drill in the NFL all the time. Let's see if RB has a 4-minute drill up their sleeves. Swift, play action pass out to Kulaga, and he gets 1 yard. Actually, he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Good defense from Aurora Central.
Yeah. Well, you'd like to see a long, time-consuming drive for the Bulldogs, but that really hasn't been their specialty all year. They've had more success on the big play.
Yeah,
throughout
they have
the year.
relied on the big play. I agree. And now it is Swift under center with Kulaga and Chap in the backfield. Handoff inside to Kulaga. Kulaga busts through a tackle and nearly makes it to the first down, about half a yard short. It'll be a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, that's what you want your big bruisers like Kulaga for. Break through the line, get some positive yardage, and that's exactly what he did here.
Yeah, and that was aggressive. And now Swift, quarterback keeper, gets it and more. Good 3-yard play for the Bulldogs, will get the first down.
Good play call from Curtin there. 1 yard. They got to the line quick, got the play off. It didn't look like ACC was ready there.
And now it'll be RB starting from their own 33 with 5:28 in the running clock. Swift getting last-minute instructions from Curtin. In the pistol. Swift hands off to Chap. Chap bounces outside, cuts back inside, fights through a tackle, but is brought down after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, that's what you got to do if you're on ACC. You got to bottle him up. Don't let him get around the outside, or else he's going to take it to the house. You got to keep him contained, and they did a great job of that.
And RB doing a good job of eating up clock with these running plays, really making sure that they are taking the maximum play clock on all these plays. They don't want to run out of time, but they want to take a lot off the clock.
Yeah, they're looking to run. Let's see if Curtin switches it up on them.
And maybe play action pass. And it is a run again for Chap. Chap busts through the line. And a good 6-yard gain from Matt Chap will make it a 3rd and 2.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's what they've been going by on this drive. Just running the ball consistently. And, they're getting some solid yardage. And getting these manageable 3rd down plays is key to keeping the drive moving.
RB working a true ground and pound mentality. And now our bruiser, Brian Kulaga, in the backfield. Swift getting last-minute instruction from Curtin.
Chap's got one-on-one coverage, though. Let's see what happens.
Handoff around the end to Dixon. And he is stopped far short. Good play by number 52 on Aurora Central. That'll be Jeff Kuss, the senior captain.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the call on that one. Me personally, I probably would have just give it to Kulaga, let him run up the middle, let him get the 2 yards.
I mean, if he would have been blocked, Dixon would have been away for quite a few yards, though. Coach Curtin saw that the receiver on the far side of the field had a lot of space and only one-on-one coverage. So if he would have been able to secure a block, Dixon could have broken a big one on a 3rd and short. But nonetheless, RB punting away and Matt Chap to punt for the Bulldogs. Big kick, and it is fielded by number 4, Brandon Babler. And now Aurora Central will have 3 minutes for their own version of a touchdown drive. We'll see if they can pull it off. The Bulldogs failed to do so. This is crunch time for the defense. If Aurora Central scores 14 unanswered points going into half, this could not look good morale-wise for RB.
Yeah, it's important to get a stop here, get some good momentum, going into the half. 14-7 lead is a whole world better than 14-14 tie ball game. So
especially with RB getting the ball back after half.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And now it's Ron. Ron finds the big target. Stradlater. Excuse me. Stradcher.
Yeah, ACC and RB have looked like polar opposites on the offensive side of the ball. RB has been relying on the big play for points, and ACC is more of a methodical, slow pace, just run it down the field, keep on getting that first down, and put points on the board. And it's worked for them to this point. They got a touchdown last drive.
RB was doing that and doing that effectively. I might argue, but then the play call in the end around to Dixon was curiously away from the flow of the game.
Yeah, but sometimes those plays can be the great plays where you catch them off guard, get the big play for the big yardage. But unfortunately, it didn't work out there for the Bulldogs.
And now it will be Matt Ron, full house pistol. And Ron, play action, looking for his man deep. Oh, man.
He had him.
Yeah, you got to count. Adolfo Linares tried to undercut that route. Did not expect the big arm from Matt Ron. Oh, he was lucky. I would count. Adolfo Linares better be thanking his lucky stars right now because Ballard had him beat.
Yeah, the coaches are certainly not happy with him. He's about to get a mouthful from the coaches. Yeah, they're definitely not happy.
And now, contrary to what you're seeing on the screen, it is not a timeout as Aurora Central will have a 3rd and half a yard. Hand up the middle. Padilla gets it and more. Good tackle by Zach Pasker, number 44.
Yeah, they're keeping these chains moving, and they've put together a good drive here.
And they have, and the clock is stopped after the first down. Now winding at 2:20 left in this first half. They have plenty of time to put this in the end zone if RB isn't careful. Looking for the deep ball. Gets chased by Petronella. Has to throw it out of bounds. Good job by RB's defensive line, getting in the face of the quarterback, Matt Ron.
You could just see how much Petronella wanted that sack. He was so close.
And that will stop the clock at 2:11 in this half. And a false start was also called. False start was called, or illegal motion called on Aurora Central. Normally that stops the play. I don't know if there was a whistle that we didn't hear or. Yep, false start on Aurora Central. So that'll back them up 5 yards, and it will be a 1st and 15.
Yeah, that could be a good break for the Bulldog defense. Put this drive to a halt potentially.
Yeah, 1st and 15 would be a good place for RB to get a stop because they could get the ball and score still. There's 2 minutes left in the game. They get some quick stops. Looks like Aurora Central's coming out passing over the head of the receiver Babbler. Oh,
that's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, that is not a smart play by Whitkin whatsoever. He did not locate the ball, just went for the hit on the receiver. Not a heads-up play by the junior.
Yeah, it looked like Whitkin wasn't going in right. He was stationary, but you gotta keep on running with the receiver there, or else they're gonna call that every time.
Yeah, I don't know if that ball was technically catchable. The officials obviously saying it was, and that'll move Aurora Central up quite a bit. 15-yard penalty, and it will be a 1st down for Aurora Central.
Yeah, more often than not, the receiver is gonna get the benefit of the doubt on that play.
Yeah. It was not a throwaway pass. That's the only time they'll call it uncatchable, as if it was a really real throwaway pass.
But that's big for ACC.
Yeah.
Now they're in the Bulldogs territory, trying to make something happen with plenty of time left.
With 2 minutes, 4 seconds left. Last play before the 2-minute warning of this first half. Finds the big target, but a monster hit laid by Zach Pasker.
Ziglich,
excuse me.
Yeah.
Big hit.
Big hit, but they still got the yardage.
The big body of Mario May going up and getting it.
Yeah, RB coaches can't be happy with that. They're this quarterbacks. He's picking apart the Bulldogs secondary right now.
Yeah, we were praising them earlier this game, but they've been anything but airtight as they were trying to target Mario May again in the corner near the end zone, but a little overthrown from Matt Ron. They nearly had him, Steve.
Yeah. Better throw, and we could be looking at a 14-14 ball game.
That's for sure. And with a minute 40 left, the clock is stopped in this first half.
Got to get a stop here if you're
They do.
If you're a Bulldog.
They do, yeah. The leg of the kicker, Victor Franco, is definitely big enough to hit a field goal from here. We've seen the monster kickoff from him, but still, 3 points is a heck of a lot better than 7. And now it's Matt Ron. Matt Ron, short dump-off pass to Padilla. Padilla tripped up by a pair of Bulldogs, one of which was Whitkin. And now with 1:25 and winding,
Big thing
Aurora
about that
Central's
play.
looking incredibly threatening.
Big thing about that play
Yeah.
was they kept him from a first down, and that keeps the clock running, and it's going to keep this ACC offense on their toes.
And it's a 3rd and 2, so if there's an incomplete pass on this play, that means that may force. Oh, and it's nearly a big hit, also nearly intercepted. Or no, that was a catch. Oh wow, I did not even see that.
What happened there? Wow.
Looks like
You saw Petronella running straight into him. He was so close to a huge sack, and then it looked like it was almost picked off by a Bulldog defender. I'm interested to see what happened there.
yeah, good catch by Griffin Zajic, the sophomore. I could have sworn that was an interception. That was strange. Man, Matt Ron fired that in there so fast, my eyes couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah, great play and first down that stops the clocks until the chains are set again. And, this ACC offense down 14-0, coming back and putting together 2 really solid drives.
One ended in a touchdown, one remains to be seen as Matt Ron and the Knights continue to just pick apart this Bulldog secondary. Let's hope with Coach Curtin comes up with an answer in this last minute of the game or this second half.
Yeah, and I don't want to call it a tune-up game by any means because the ACC is a good team, but this could be a measuring stick game to see if the Bulldogs have any business putting together a game against Glenbard South. And right now, I'm not sure. The defense has not looked great, and if you're going to beat a team like Glenbard South, all 4 phases or all 3 phases of the game have to be top notch, and that hasn't been the case for the Bulldogs so far.
Now we have Matt Ron. Matt Ron looking to the end zone. Incomplete. Trying to find Brandon Babler, I believe. And it was Brandon Babler who had the touchdown earlier. A lot of speed on Babler. Has gotten behind the Bulldog secondary a couple times. Once overthrown, once underthrown. But he's got a good pair of legs on him, and RB has to watch out.
Yeah, ACC knocking on the door right now. It'd be huge if the Bulldogs could get a stand here.
58 seconds left in the half. And a 2nd and 10 from the RB 19-yard line. Oh, and that's a quarterback draw, trying to get to the pylon. Good pursuit by Purple Peardenach. He could have saved a touchdown. Great job by Purple Peardenach. And I think he did save a touchdown right there.
Yeah, Peardenach looks like a lion chasing down a gazelle there. What a stop by Peardenach.
And it will be 3rd and very short with the big back Padilla standing next to Ron. The Knights are looking fairly menacing as the clock winds down to 35. He has his man open. Oh,
wow.
Good play by Wicken. Wicken almost intercepted that. If he would have had that, I believe Wicken would have been to the house for a touchdown. He had a lot of green grass ahead of him.
Wicken making up for his pass interference early on. What a play there by Butch.
Yeah, Butch Wicken almost jumped that route. He really just sat on that route. Solid defense. He's playing against a big body, too. That's Mario May. 6'7", 230 Mario May, who normally can body the smaller corners out. And now it's a 4th and 1. It's be an interesting play call. Expect a run up the gut from Aurora Central. I think anything besides that would be a little ludicrous.
4th down.
Split 4 receivers out, but Padilla in the backfield, and that looks like it will be a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. Arby's first timeout in this half.
Yeah, you got to think that the Knights are going to go to their big back. Fourth and short. I mean, that's what I would do if I were their coach.
Yeah, Roman Padilla. Huge back. They have gone to him on other short yardage, late down scenarios. So this seems right up his alley.
Yeah.
Arby needs to ensure that, all right, they may be aggressive, trying to get the turnover on downs, but they can't let him get into the end zone, even if he gets that 1 or 2 yards. Don't let him get 4 or 5.
Yeah, and this play could be huge, season-defining. One could make that argument. If you get a stop here, you keep them to a 7-point ball game, you get the ball back at half, then you're looking good. But if they tie it up here, it's a whole different ball game, and you lose this game, then you go to Glenbard South on the road. This play right here could mean a playoff spot.
And as a quarterback sneak, stood up, and did he get it? We'll see. And let's see where the call is. No signal yet from the refs. He was stood up. Great job by the interior lineman on the Bulldogs.
Let's see.
Crowd awaits with anticipation.
What are they saying?
And they got it.
Wow.
Aurora Central got the first down. Man, that was close, in a word.
Yeah, looked like a fairly generous spot by the referees there. But, I mean, hey, it was a great play on both sides of the ball. But looks like the Knights came away with it there.
Yeah, well, it is a first down. Still 27 seconds on the clock. Forced Aurora Central to take a timeout.
Yeah, you still got an opportunity to make a stop here. Things would have been a little easier had they stopped them there, but
yep, I agree. But still potential for the Bulldogs here. That's what Coach Curtin's telling them in the huddle right now. Man, this has an end of the game feel. This is so on the edge of your seat. Only at the end of this first half. It's a good game that Shuey Stadium's seeing right here.
Yeah, it's reminiscent. I don't know if we got any college football fans watching, but Notre Dame Stanford a couple years back has a legendary goal line stand in which Notre Dame stopped Stanford 4 times as they were knocking on the door at the end of regulation. Of course, this is just the end of half, but this could be equally as important.
It has that feeling. Mr. Passerelli, the assistant principal, getting everyone pumped up. And it is Ron looking in the end zone. Oh, what a great breakup, and that is Zach Wicken. Butch Wicken, what a breakup.
Yeah, Wicken's forgetting all about that pass interference call, and he's stepped up 2 plays now here in the red zone. He's been huge for the Bulldogs tonight.
Second pass breakup, Butch Wicken. All right, we still have 2 downs, though, boys. That does stop the clock. An incomplete pass stops the clock, so still 22 seconds, still 2 more downs to stop Aurora Central.
Yeah, not out of the woods by any means.
A lot of motion on Aurora Central side of the ball. And now it is Ron. Padilla blocked. What a play.
Henry
oh my
Gressick.
Lord. Henry Gressick got up. Wow, what a play.
That was one of the biggest plays of the game right there. If he catches that, that's 6 points. But Henry Gressick made an amazing play. Watch him get up here.
Leaping. Oh, man, Henry Gressick. Fantastic from him.
Yeah, you got to be happy for Henry Gressick on there. He's a hard worker there every day in the summer, every day in the winter to lift weights, and it's paying off.
And now
as
it's
you can see.
3rd down with 18 seconds on the clock. More plays needed. And now it's Ron. Hit as he throws. Nearly intercepted off the hands of Eshawn Banks. And he is clearly frustrated with himself.
Mike McCabe almost had a huge sack.
Oh, man. RB is looking ferocious on these last couple downs.
Yeah, talk about stepping up. This Bulldogs team looks like a whole different squad than they were earlier on this drive. Just completely different.
Yeah, and with 14 seconds left, now it is 4th down. Do or die for Aurora Central. Wouldn't this be something, Steve?
Yeah, this could be the play of the game here. If you stop them here, going into halftime with this kind of momentum, it'd be hard to come back from that.
They'd be setting up something special.
Oh,
here.
it looks like they're lining up for a kick rather than going for it.
Yeah, timeout taken by the Bulldogs. Coach Girton using as one of his final timeouts to ice the kicker. You know, trying to shake up Victor Franco, make him think about the kick he's about to take a little bit longer.
Yeah,
But
and
if RB only comes away with 3 after Aurora Central's had a 1st down on the 3-yard line, that is an accomplishment for this defense.
oh, absolutely. And if you're the coach for ACC, it's kind of an interesting decision. Do you take the 3 points, or do you try to tie this ball game up? You may not have that many more opportunities like this. RB's defense has been extremely stout, but it looks like they're gonna take the easy points and go for 3. Or not.
Yeah, and they're running the kicker off the field. Oh, man. This is
Here we
looking
go.
crazy.
This could be play of the game, play of the season.
Here we go. Big play, setting up the magic for RB potentially. They're looking for a timeout, and they get the timeout. They get the timeout before that play was run. They have RB had the special teams on the field. Oh, man, that was dangerous. Even the split second we saw that play developing, it looked like it may have been a touchdown for ACC, Aurora Central.
Yeah, because they had the tee on the field. Then the kicker comes off, takes the field or the tee off, and then it's just panic all around.
Yeah.
Bulldogs definitely not prepared for that.
They were not. That's a special team person's worst nightmare when they say, oh, shoot, I have to play defense now. I was not ready for this.
Well, this 4th down has been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah, these last couple plays, this last minute of the game has taken nearly 15. I think RB came to this game a little overconfident, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You know, I think that they thought, you know, Fenton, who RB walked all over last week, put a whooping on ACC. And so RB thought they would do the same. They didn't come in with the same intensity. Now you see the intensity building in this defense, the ferocity. And here we go. 3 wide receivers split to the left. The big target, Mario May, split to the right. You better believe the Bulldogs will be doubling him.
All right, here we go.
Can't forget about the running back, Roman Padilla.
Yeah.
You know, they've gone with a lot of pass plays. It'd be interesting to switch one up. Maybe a draw play up the middle to Padilla.
I'm looking pass here, too. I think they go in the air, try to hit up their big man.
He does have solo coverage by Eshawn Banks on the near side of the field. RB defenders all over the place, and it is caught for the touchdown.
Wow.
ACC, the last seconds of this half, come up with a touchdown. Man, that was close.
And what a huge play for the Knights, just sucking the air out of the stadium.
Matt Ron, the senior, dropped that one in like a dime right into the hands of the receiver. I believe that was Brandon Babler with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And this extra point would tie up the game at 14-all.
An incredibly bold move by the coach for ACC.
You can say that again.
I like the call, though. Go for it. Get the tie ball game, and that's what they've done.
Nearly blocked, but through the uprights. And Steve, we have a game officially. 8.3 seconds left in this half, and we have a game. 14-all.
Yeah, this this may be the first game of the season where it's actually a close ball game.
Yeah.
Because pretty much all season it's either been a blowout win for the Bulldogs or a blowout loss. In the case of the Nazareth and St. Edward's game. This could be uncharted territory for the Bulldogs, and it'll be interesting to see how they respond.
These close games test mental fortitude more than any other. So RB has to come up strong, come up big, and be consistent in this second half. They certainly weren't consistent on the defensive side of the ball, and they needed to get they needed to get some yards, needed to take some time off the clock on the offensive side of the ball. Didn't do that when they had the ball with 6 minutes left. They had possession with 6 minutes left. They had, they had time to march down the field, put some points on the board, and if you think about it, that could have put the nail in the coffin right there.
But yeah, it could have, but they let the Knights sneak back into this game, and a great effort by the defense on that last series, but I guess it was just too little, and now we got a 14-14 ball game.
With 8 seconds left, it is Linares and Wiccan. Deep back, Matt Chapp short. Trying to potentially catch him off guard here. If they try to squib, it'll go right to Matt Chapp. And kick it deep. Fielded by Linares. Linares catches it at the 5. Cuts upfield, tries to cut around the end, sees no one, cuts back. Linares bounces to the outside, and good return from Linares. Brings it to the 20-yard line, and that will be the end of your first half of action here. RB 14, Aurora Central 14. We've got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. See you back after half and these messages. Welcome back to the RBTV Game of the Week. I'm Andrew Plewski here with Stephen Baer. The score is 14-all going into this second half here at Shuey Stadium. We are live currently. And Steve, what does RB need to do better to grab a win tonight?
Oh, they just can't let up. They had a 14-point lead, and then they kind of just relaxed a little. Now it's a tie ball game. They got to put points on the board, and the defense has to buckle down.
Yeah, and Aurora Central has scored 14 unanswered points. Let's see if the Bulldogs offense can get something going here as the ball rolls to Wiccan, who scoops it at the 10-yard line. And breaks tackle. Looks like he could be gone. Has the punter to beat. Beats one guy, and good broad ball out, and he grabbed it. Oh, man, Wiccan almost lost the ball there. And they're saying he was down at the 42-yard line. Great return from Wiccan.
Yeah, great blocking by the special teams unit on that play. Just a huge hole on the sideline there, and he had one man to beat, but he had to slow down a little, and that was enough to get him for the Knights.
And wow, that's what the Bulldogs need, a little spark plug. Take this energy they feel in the stadium right now and turn it into points. Great field position to start off with. They can't complain too much right now as Swift is under center. Tracy in motion. Snap to Swift. Swift hands off to Chapp. Chapp up the middle. Busts through a large hole and gets about 8 yards in the play.
Yeah, just keep on getting positive yardage. Anything you can do to keep the offense moving.
And the Bulldogs, looks like they have taken a little bit of this electricity. They're going a little bit quicker play calling. And now Swift is under center once again. 2 wide receiver set. Weak side I formation. Peardenach and Chapp in the backfield. And up the middle to Peardenach. Peardenach fights for a tough 2 yards. David Peardenach, the junior, grabs 2 yards for RB. And that will be enough for a first down for the Bulldogs. Here we go. 3 plays. First down.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Bulldogs coming out solid to start the second half after that great kick return. The Bulldogs are building off that, and looks like they're well on their way to a solid drive.
And Swift under center currently with Peardenach and Chapp in the backfield. Ziegler's on the near side. Dixon on the far side. Tracy lined up on the right side of the line. Drop play. Swift bowls over a player. And, oh, man, it looks like it will be a holding call on the Bulldogs. That is frustrating for the coaching staff, if you can hear it up here. They are not happy with that. And even you can tell by the emotions on of the coaches on the sideline, they are not happy with that one. A great play for Ryan Swift, brought back by a penalty. Penalties what will kill a drive, right, Steve?
Oh, yeah, and you've seen it 3 times already. The only time the Bulldogs were able to overcome it was that big play to Dixon when it was 3rd and forever. But other than that, penalties and the holding play in particular have been a real Achilles heel for the Bulldogs.
Appears that we have an injured Knight on the field. Can't see a number from here, but any injuries to a school Aurora's size are big injuries, especially to a starter.
Yeah, and pretty much every team in this conference is going to have a very limited amount of players, and Aurora is no exception. And you hate to see that for any team you're playing.
Looks like they're working on his right ankle. And the training staff of RB and Aurora on hand. Yeah, he is definitely going to need help getting up. They're making sure it's nothing serious. I mean, I don't think it's anything too serious based on the body language of the Aurora player. He looks like he's in some pain, but not a ton. And he will need help up. Not putting much weight on that ankle, though.
Yeah, it doesn't look too serious. And
so, Steve, what does RB need to? What do we need to see from RB here to overcome this 1st and 20?
Well, there's two schools of thought. You either go for the big play, and that's what the Bulldogs have had their most success on, or chip away, keep getting these 4 or 5 yard gainers, and see if that can take you where you need to go. But
I think actually RB has had success on both the little chip away 5-yarders and the big plays. They had a pretty good, putting together a pretty good drive right before the end of the half, which was stopped short by a changed play call and a little bit of confusion on the offensive line, leading to a big loss. But let's see if we can see some positive stuff from RB here as Swift takes the handoff to Chapp, dumps off to Matt Chapp. Matt picks up a good block and cuts upfield. He's got a lot of room to run.
Wow.
He's got even more room. Cuts outside. Matt Chapp going for the pylon, and he's there. Matt Chapp. Oh, my gosh. Matt Chapp. What a legend.
Wow. This dude is ridiculous, but we got a flag on the play.
Oh, man. If this is holding.
Oh, no.
Let's see what the call is here. Officials are coming together to mull over this one. Yeah, we have 2 flags on the ground here. We'll see what they are on. And
oh boy. Penalties.
Penalties will kill a team. Blocking the back on the Bulldogs. That's frustrating.
Yep.
But RB's not keeping a clear head. That's what it comes down to. RB is not keeping a clear head. Even on a big play that was a touchdown, great run by Matt Chapp, RB's not keeping a clear head.
Yeah, and that's going to kill you. The Bulldogs should be up 21, maybe even more if it had not been for penalties in the first half.
Yep.
But again, that's Bulldogs have been their own worst enemy to this point. They're fortunate that it's a 14-14 game. Things could be worse. So Bulldogs have to regroup and get themselves together.
Now it will be. You hear shouts from "Do it again" from the fans as Ryan Swift is under center with a 3-receiver set. Gulaga in the backfield. Play action to Gulaga. Has a man, and he finds it. Matt Chapp hangs onto the ball even though he's about to drop it, and comes up with the catch. And that's a first down. Matt Chapp yet again.
Yeah. They say all roads lead to Rome. Well, all plays flow through Matt Chapp for this Bulldogs offense. Everything's going through Chapp.
And that is absolutely true. Matt Chapp, a huge part of this offense. And, yeah, a huge big play that was called back for a block in the back. And now another big play for a first down when Arby was pinned deep by penalties. Now Dixon in motion. Pitch to, guess who? Matt Chapp. Matt Chapp picks up some block. Oh, man. Not the best blocking, but Matt Chapp still on his feet. And gets a 3-yard gain out of what looked to be a busted play.
Yeah, and we talked about earlier how, you could either go for the big play or, chip away. But a lot of times throughout the game, the little plays have turned into the big plays. You just flip it out to Matt Chapp, and he does the rest. So, the Dogs have a great security blanket in that.
And there are other players as well who have been proven to been able to make big plays as well. Let's see if it's so chap so early on. We'll see if he looks at Ziegler, who has man-on-man coverage, and Matt Chapp.
Oh!
Running back pass.
Wide open!
Ziegler in the end zone. I don't believe it. Running back pass. Come on, Coach Curtin. What are you doing?
What a play call. Wow. You cannot say enough about Chapp. He's doing it all. He punts, he runs, and now he's throwing for touchdowns. This guy is ridiculous.
I don't believe it. Wow. That is reminiscent of 2 years ago, late in the game when Arby had a full back pass for a touchdown. That was pretty incredible. Matt Chapp threw that ball a long way and got it to Zieglich in the end zone. I don't believe it. Great grab by Zieglich as well.
Yeah, it's hard to keep your concentration when you're that wide open. You're just saying, don't drop the ball, and Zieglich did not.
And Fusinato kicks it clear through the uprights to give RB a 7-point lead with 9:15 in this third quarter.
Yeah, what a play call by Coach Curtin. Very, very bold call. You know, a lot of things can go wrong, but, I mean, he has all the faith in the world in Chapp, and there you saw it.
Yeah, he is not afraid. Wow. Coach Curtin staring down the barrel of a gun. Running back pass. I'm still in disbelief. I told you, everyone's thinking Chapp, everything to Matt Chapp. And he's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, and how about Dean Zieglich? We talked about earlier, he was a little quiet in the game against Fenton, but, boy, he's come out here and he's putting together a very solid game.
Yeah, 3 or 4 receptions for Zieglich. And now RB has a commanding 7-point lead. Let's see if this defense can keep this intensity going. I still see players jumping around and slapping each other on the helmet on the sideline. Let's see how pumped up this defensive side can get.
You saw players on the Bulldogs side in disbelief. They had no idea that was coming either.
That was pretty crazy. And now it is Fusinato. Booming kick. Fielded on the 5-yard line, really on the 1-yard line. Breaks through a couple of tackles and gets crushed. As the giver trying to hurdle in a crowd.
Yeah, great job by Fusinato, pinning him back. He'll get around the 20-yard line.
Can't ask for much more from your kicker.
Now let's see how the defense responds here. They got to be fired up from that showing from the offense.
Yeah, that was dominance in a word. You know, aside from the penalties, RB put together one heck of a drive there, just there. It all started, though, with the special teams play from Butch Wicken.
Oh, yeah, put him in great field position, and now the Bulldogs are in the driver's seat.
And here we go. Aurora Central's come away from with points on the last 2 drives, but RB is saying, not in my house. Great defense by a slew of Bulldogs.
Yeah, Mike McCabe looked like he wrapped him up in the backfield there. What a play from number 20.
Mike McCabe, he flies around like nobody's business.
Yeah, he was a wide receiver last year, and he's converted to linebacker / defensive back.
Yeah, you don't see that conversion very often.
Yeah, but this guy's lightning quick, and he's a big dude. He's very bulky, and he's not afraid to make those big hits.
Yeah, especially not on a quarterback. He loves it, and so does the rest of the Bulldogs sideline. And now Ron finds his receiver in the flat, and now it will be a 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, just throw it to your big fella. He went down and got it for him. You know, if you have a 6'7" guy, you're bound to pick on him more than one occasion. And
yeah, and it's interesting. If he would have thrown that, I don't know if it was designed to be a comeback, low pass, but if he would have thrown that higher, that could have been an even bigger play because
definitely could have got some first down.
Mario
yardage.
May had no Bulldogs within a mile of him. And now it's Ron looking short, finds his man. Let's see where the spot is. They're saying he's short. Great job by the Bulldogs. And it was Pierre to knock in on that tackle. And now it's a 4th and 1.
What do you do here if you're the ACC coach?
In my opinion, I would go for it. We're down by 7. RB has the momentum. Try to snatch some momentum back from them with a big play here. A 4th and 1, completion would be a big play, but it appears that they're sending out the punting unit. And Chapp and Ziegler trot on the field for RB.
How big would it be if Chapp could get out of his little rut and take one back here on special teams?
It would be huge. And the punt.
Yeah, he'll get a chance. No,
Ziegler muffs it. picks it up, and gets up out of 5 yards. Arby still with good field position, starting at their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs have taken advantage of a solid field position throughout the game, putting together 3 solid scoring drives, and now they're in similar territory. If they could score here, they could be in a very good position going into the 4th.
I agree. And now it's Swift under center. 2 receivers set. This weak side I formation, or actually this is a strong side that time, has worked out very well. And now it's Chap banging off tackle for 6 yards.
Yeah, just give it to Chap, see what he can do. He's not going to get a touchdown every play, but that's a solid 4 or 5 yard gain, and that's what you want if you're a Bulldogs fan.
Yep, chip away. Especially when you're up by 7. It does not hurt to let the clock run a bit.
Yeah. And, that's not exactly been the Bulldogs calling card, but hey, you got to learn to adapt, right?
Yeah, especially looks like if they hold on to this lead, I'm knocking on wood right now, but they hold on to this lead, they may be in playoffs, so they may need to run the clock a bit. And now it's a big, powerful run from RB. Was that Butch Wicken?
Yeah, I believe so.
No,
it was
Kulaga.
Yeah,
Brian Kulaga. He busted through that line so quickly. He crushed a couple Aurora players who were sadly in the middle of the train tracks. But he did not get the first down. Interesting spot by the officials there, and RB came up a yard short. See on this 3rd and a half yard what RB can do.
Yeah, I just give it back to no empty backfield. Interesting.
I think they're trying to get the linebackers wide, and Swift will run a QB sneak right here. And he does.
Yep. Looks like he got it.
And he did get it. Smart play call by Curtin, getting 5 receivers out there, empty backfield, sets all the wide receivers wide. Makes it easy for Swift to just hop through a gap in the line for that first down.
Yeah, that's a big first down too. Now they're in night territory, and they're knocking on the door again. If they could score here, it'd be very, very, very solid and great for their chances to win this ball game.
Absolutely. And now RB looking to put the gas pedal on, I think, a little bit. Fumble snap, still pitch to Kulaga. Kulaga busts through a hole, and now he's away. Look at this, Brian Kulaga. Great run from the senior Brian Kulaga.
Yeah, Brian Kulaga is saying, hey, guys, I can do that too.
Yeah, that was pretty good from Kulaga. It looked like he may have been bottled up even at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got 1 or 2 yards, and boom, he has that explosiveness and power.
Yeah.
That's not something you see very often, a good combo.
Yeah, he just keeps on turning his legs and keeps on moving, and he gets a great gain. And now,
good pass from Swift to Zigalich. Zigalich picks up a good chunk of yards, maybe enough for a first down. I think it was about 9. Yep, 9, so it'll be a 2nd and 1. Good chunk of yards. Zigalich hanging on to the ball even though he was going to get a big hit. Maintains possession of the ball. Now it is Swift in the shotgun. 1 tight end set. And then Swift keeps it. Man, that gets me every time. Matt Chapp is such a dangerous weapon. My eyes are following him all the way to the sideline. I have to take a second to readjust when I realize he doesn't have the ball. And Ryan Swift, I think that's what happened to Aurora Central there, is Ryan Swift got about 5 yards and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's what the Knights are thinking too, Everything's going through Chapp. When it doesn't, they're surprised, and Curtin's taking advantage of that and getting some solid yardage.
And it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 1 yard line. RB has a lot of downs and a lot of time to work with here. 4 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. It's Ryan Swift under center. Hands off to Kulaga. Kulaga met at the line by number 86, Logan Mazzell.
So down in the red zone here, I'd be look for Kyle Tracy here, the big tight end. He's a potential target for Swift here in the red zone.
Yeah, Tracy's been used majority on blocking on this drive. Been a lot of good, solid blocking, a lot of protection to Swift. Get ready for him to sneak out into the flat. Looks like Aurora maybe they're showing blitz, and they bring it. Kulaga off tackle, and he fights for the touchdown.
Wow.
Brian Kulaga, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Brian Kulaga is getting it in now too, and it looks like we may be on the cusp of a blowout, given the Bulldogs make a stop and get another score.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and whatever Coach Curtin said in his team talk at halftime, it seemed to have worked. RB came out fast and strong in this third quarter with their second touchdown on their second offensive drive. 3:18 left in this third quarter.
Yeah, what a play by Kulaga there. Again, he just keeps on churning his legs, doesn't quit, and gets the touchdown. What a play.
Yeah, you saw he got met by an Aurora Central player about a yard, and it fumbled snap. Fusinata lobs into the end zone. Incomplete. And fumbled snap. Not what you want to see. And that was Ziegler, the wide receiver, who his sure hands have held RB through. But fumbled snap, not what anyone on the RB sideline wants to see. It's all right, though. RB still up by 13 points here. 27-14.
Yeah, Fusinata tried to make something out of nothing. He kind of just flipped it up there. I'm not exactly sure what the rules are in high school football. If he picks that off, what happens if he takes it back to the end?
I believe it's a dead play as soon as it's an interception.
Yeah, so
why
not?
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in not doing it. And you see a lot of the students on their feet. Leader of the student section, Jack Roebling, Ryan Hanley, Sam Johnson, really getting the student section on their feet. And you can maybe hear the band in our mics, but getting the crowd pumped up as the Bulldogs are pumped up reciprocally.
Yeah, and Bulldog fans finally have something to cheer about. So many years of subpar football, but the Bulldogs have come back with a vengeance. Now 5-2, knocking on the door of a playoff berth.
And the wind blows the ball off the tee. Fusinata needs to readjust. Is the rule after one or I think it's after 2 times it blows off the tee. They have to get Pacer. It looks like will hold if it blows twice off the tee. RB's kick coverage unit been adequate tonight, not fantastic. They have a speedster in Brandon, but he does not get the ball as it goes to number 2, Colin Jajic.
Big
and
hit.
Jajic gets it. Smacked by Peardenach at the 25-yard line. Good kick by Fusinata, a lot of hang time, allowing the offense to get down.
Yeah, Fusi's been showing the boot the last couple kicks. Early on he was kicking the squib kicks, but now they've gone to a different strategy.
I think
seems.
As their confidence with the current special teams unit has gone up, so has the green light flipped on for Nick Fusinato, able to let the ball go, send it deep, and now RB's defense. We'll see if it can show the dominance RB's offense has. As Matt Ron under center, hands off to Blabber.
Looks like
looks like that'll be a holding call. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Number 3 looked like he held number 11 Wise on the Bulldogs.
Colin Bailey.
He's trying to plead his case, but I don't think the ref's going to have any of that.
Just having none of that as the holding call was enforced. 10-yard penalty. Will still be first down. So it'll be a 1st and 20 for Aurora. And from the Aurora point of view, that's not what they needed. Trying to claw their way back into a game, now down 2 scores. They did not need a holding penalty to start off, but RB can't get complacent either. If they remember correctly, RB started with a holding penalty on their first set of downs, and they still ended up in a touchdown. So they can't get complacent, need to stay aggressive. Can't write this drive off already, especially not on first down.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs were up 14-0, and then they let the Knights claw back into it. Now with a 13-point lead, they cannot let that happen again. Cannot get complacent. They got to finish this game off. They got to buckle down on defense and get some stops.
Snap to Ron. Screen, middle of the field. Blabber hit by a couple of Bulldogs. One of those was Wicken. Peardenach there to finish him off.
Yeah, Petronella looked like he read it well. He saw that it was going to be a screen pass, but
interesting play, a screen pass in the middle of the field. Normally you see those on the sidelines. What do you think? Why do you think they were trying to do in the middle of the field, Steve?
I don't know. Just mix things up, throw them off. You know, the screen pass hasn't necessarily worked for the Knights so far in the game, but, you know, they got some decent success on that play.
Yeah, try something different. I agree. And now it is Matt Ron. In the shotgun, Padilla next to him. Snap to Ron. Ron, play action, nearly picked off and dropped by Brandon Blabber.
Yeah, Piernock looked like he got a piece of that as it came through.
Yeah, good job by the RB defense
We
getting
got
their
a
hands in the air.
penalty
There's
on
a
the
flag
play.
Yeah. Looks like too many men on the field. Interesting. 13 men on the field, or 12 men on the field rather, for Aurora.
Yeah, sloppy play. More sloppy play from the Knights.
Man, they are falling apart.
Yeah, the Bulldogs had their trials with penalties, but they overcame them. But I'm not sure if these Knights can do the same. They got very little margin for error, and they're making a lot of errors.
The ball is on the 6-yard line. I think Aurora will need binoculars to see where they need to get to for this first down. It's a second and a very, very, very long way.
Yeah, second and 29 yards. Yeah, that's not what you want if you're a Knights fan.
Yeah, and it will be RB trying to capitalize on the second and 29. Snap to Ron. Ron, trap play to Padilla. Big hits from Pasker and Petronella. Good job by the RB defense recognizing the trap play, not getting fooled.
Yep, Bulldogs have really turned it around after letting up 14 straight points. They're they're really setting in and making some plays now. Now they got a lot of room to work with. 3rd and 29. Just got to stop that first down. What do you think they go for here?
I think
just
they
conservative
can't.
running
Yeah, they
play?
can't be conservative. RB's secondaries look pretty stout so far in the second half. Came out looking really good. So I don't think I think they will try something deep. They trust the quarterback ran, and they are going deep.
Interception.
Through the middle of the field. It will be intercepted by Eshawn Banks, and he looks to return it.
Oh, boy.
He has a lot of room.
Eshawn Banks
cuts to the outside. Eshawn Banks, and he brings it down to the 8-yard line. Great job by Eshawn Banks. Fantastic play. Good heads-up play. Shedding the receiver he was supposed to be covering and looking to the end zone. Great job by Eshawn Banks.
Yeah, Ron made a great pass right to Eshawn Banks. Almost a pick six for Banks. Banks left the game after his sophomore season, didn't play junior year, but now he's back, and he looks like he's better than ever.
Look at those eyes. His eyes are searching for that goal line.
Great play by Eshawn Banks.
And RB has better field position than you could ever ask for, starting on the 8-yard line. And now Swift, handoff to Chap, breaks 2 arm tackles, but gets nowhere. It'll be a 2nd and 10. Or really, 2nd and 8, second goal from the 8. As the clock is winding, 40 seconds left in this third quarter.
You think they pick on Tracy here? You think Swift lifts his way?
I think it's his time. He's done a lot of good blocking this game. I think it's time. He slips out into the flat, reaches the pylon here. He's on the near side of the line, number 84. And Ziegler, 24, in motion. Tracy still blocking. Roll out. Ziegler slips one tackle, and it walks into the end zone. Great play by Dean Ziegler, and the Bulldogs find themselves up 3 scores.
Yeah, what a play by Ziegler. He had a guy coming after him and just took a step back, let him run by, and walked his way into the end zone.
They call that move Ole.
Yeah.
Let him go right by.
Yeah, the big bull just runs right past him, and Ziegler walks into the end zone. We talked about it earlier. Ziegler had a relatively quiet game versus Fenton. This game has been anything but quiet for Ziegler. 2 touchdowns already, and it's only the third quarter.
Oh, the kick is blocked that time. And RB, their 2nd consecutive unsuccessful PAT. All right, well, RB is now up by a large margin.
19 points, yeah.
So that's 3 scores for Aurora Central. I can't ask much more from RB. We said get out fast, start strong, and in this third quarter, they've had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they've done everything right. You know, they kind of took the foot off the gas pedal, if you will, in the first half after they got off to that 14-point lead. But have they turned around here? Just really complete performance here in the second half.
Yeah, offensive, defensive, special teams. Well, actually, the special teams, 2 missed PATs, but neither of those are really, directly Arby's fault. You can't fault Ziegler's too much for the bobbled snap. Probably, it could have been anyone's fault. Snappers or Ziegler's, and their kick coverage team has been pretty dang good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Besides that one good run back early on, that's been lights out.
We're seeing a bit of sprinkling of rain needs to fall. That may make the passing game for Aurora Central even more difficult, as Aurora Central will start with the ball on their own 40-yard line, down by 19. Right as we're nearing the end of this third quarter, there's 9 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's gonna take a very valiant performance, to say the least, from the Knights if they're gonna make any sort of comeback here.
And a breakdown by the Bulldogs.
Oh yeah, the Bulldogs will have to completely collapse, but I don't see that happening. Bulldogs have a good head on their shoulder right now. They're focused. They can smell that playoff berth, and I don't think they're going to let that up.
I certainly don't either.
Mike McCabe.
Oh, man.
Are you kidding me? This guy's ridiculous.
Mike McCabe snipped that one out like a bloodhound. Saw Babler coming across on the end around and crushed him for a 2-yard loss. Or more, rather a 4-yard loss. Great job by McCabe.
Yeah, he read that play like a scholar, broke through the line, and just wrapped him up right away. What a play by McCabe.
The senior, Mike McCabe, as we talked about him earlier. The transition, that aggressiveness, that quickness, the speed has not left him.
Yeah. He runs like a wide receiver, but he hits like a linebacker.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want in a linebacker. The NFL comparison would be kind of a Luke Kuechly flying around all over the place, getting tackles, being aggressive, being a moral, emotional leader of this defense.
Yeah, and that's what he's been this year. Jordan Petronella, he's been a guy that's been an anchor on the defensive line. But as far as the linebackers go, Mike McCabe is right up there with the best on the team for the Bulldogs.
And let's see where spot will be here. It'll be a 2nd and 4, yeah. Sorry. It was just the end of the quarter. It's now the fourth quarter. RB leading 33-14. Start of this fourth quarter. Aurora Central will have a 2nd and 14. Busting through the line, McCabe. Find Mario May on the sideline. Picks up a good chunk back for Aurora Central, and it will be a 3rd and about 5.
McCabe almost had a shot at the quarterback there. He ran his lineman almost into the quarterback. Great play by McCabe there.
And now it'll be a 3rd and 6. Let's see if Arby's defense can get a stop here. Midfield, if they get a stop here, they can still win this field position battle with the quality returners they have. If they don't, they could find themselves behind in this field position war pretty quickly. And that may have touched the ground.
Like it bounced.
And they're saying it is incomplete.
Yeah, but I think if you're the Knights, you're in 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see.
Down 3 possessions, fourth quarter, you really got no choice. You got to go for it.
And here it is, 4th and 6 after the incomplete pass. What are you thinking from the Knights? They've been going pretty pass-heavy this second half, but how successful has it been?
Yeah, not really successful, but I don't know. I don't think you have any other choice. I mean, I don't think a run's going to do it for you here, 3rd and 6 or 4th and 6.
Now Eshawn Banks mashed up on the target man, Mario May. And it looks like it's being brought down. And he got rid of it right at the end of the play. But good job by Edwin Rios wrapping up Ron. Nice job by Edwin. Fantastic. Matt Ron had nowhere to go with that ball.
Yeah, this defense has just been stellar ever since the turn of the half. Really, that halfback pass by Chap, I really think it lit a fire under this defense.
No
And
kidding.
they've just been incredible this half.
And now RB will have a chance to put even more points on the board as Swift and company start with the ball on Aurora's 39-yard line. Excuse me, 44-yard line. And Swift's handed it the middle to Kulaga. Kulaga tripped up, I think, by his own player there, who was falling.
Yeah, but that's solid yardage.
Yep.
Keeps the clock running, and that's what you want. If you're a Bulldog, they're 10 minutes and change away from being in the playoffs for the first time since 2009. That's back when Billy Vandenberg was under center, and, of course, Mark McDonough setting the national record for receptions in a season. Times are looking up for the Bulldogs, much like they were in 2009.
And now it is Ryan Swift. Up the middle, trap play to Kulaga. Kulaga's helmet gets ripped off, but he still fights and nearly gets this first down. We'll see where the spot is. Managed to re-secure his helmet. And it looks like the Bulldogs going to be a little short of the first down. Third and half a yard. The way Arby's had success with running the ball, I don't suggest they do anything different.
Oh, yeah. Just keep on running it down their throats and, keep that clock running, and they should be well on their way to a victory.
And now it is Swift under center. Swift up the gut. Kulaga gets it in change.
Great job by Kulaga. He's been so reliable for the Bulldogs in short down situations. Andrew, why isn't the clock running? That's my question.
That is a fantastic question, Steve. I think we should get someone on this here. So I'm going to mention something to the coaches if you don't mind.
Coaches, clock's not running. There it is. Never mind.
Clock just continued to run.
The clock operator, he's seen better days.
Yeah, it's the last home game of the season. He's a little battle worn. His fourth home game. It happens. Ryan Swift's under center. Swift got to Kulaga again, and he gets a big chunk of yards as the clock still runs. 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in the ball game.
Yeah, I like what Curtin's doing. Just he's running the ball, keeping the clock running, and getting yardage while he's at it. This isn't slowing them down. They're still getting the first down, so why not?
And as you said earlier this game, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think I know who's going to get the ball again this play. It's Chap, and Chap bounces to the outside and cuts up field, gashing Aurora for 3-4 yards.
So assuming the Bulldogs win this game, they'll go on the road to Glenbard South, and they'll have a chance to win their first conference title since 2009.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and that's just great for this whole community. Everyone loves their football, and that's no exception here at RB. And that just means the world to everyone around here if they could win a conference championship.
Yeah, I know it's been a little rough announcing here the last couple of years as Swift gets the hands off to Kulaga. Kulaga busts up the gut and gets a big chunk of yards down to the Aurora 15-yard line. As I was saying, it's been a little rough announcing here the last 3 years. We've gotten blown out of the home, I think, one too many times for these fans and these players who were fans during the the years that they haven't made the playoffs, years they haven't won conference championships since 2009. And I think the players were kind of sick of it themselves and put in the work all year, still are putting in the work, really making sure that they all are on the same page offensively, defensively, and have the same mindset going into each game. You can see it's paying off as Swift sends Dixon in motion. Snap to Swift. Swift rolls out. Has a couple of receivers looking for Tracy. Tracy hangs on and gets the first down. RB down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Tracy finally getting some action there. He had one catch in the first quarter, but Swift hasn't really looked his way. But you got him there, and, Tracy had one drop, but he's been reliable all season, and right there is no exception.
And now Swift under center. Dixon split out to the left. Snap to Swift. Swift. Hands up the gut to Pribble. Peardnock. David Peardnock getting a chunky yards down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, Peardnock, he's another bruiser, much like Kulaga. He'll run right through that line and get those tough third down, fourth down situational yards.
Even when his shoulders are being wrapped up, you can really see his legs keep on moving.
Yeah, he's just a tough player.
And now it's Swift. Swift. Hand off to Kulaga. Kulaga met by a slew of Knights, and he's still on his feet. Wow! Oh, my gosh. I have seen something just incredible right there. Brian Kulaga. Wow.
That play is the epitome of determination. He, by all respects, was wrapped up and down, but he came out of that pile, ran around, and got in the end zone for 6 points. What a play by Brian Kulaga.
Oh, man, that effort was outstanding. Oh, man, if they had stickers on the RB helmets, Brian Kulaga would be getting 8 or 9 for that play. Wow, what hustle. And Fucinato, not letting this one slip away, converts the extra point. RB up 40-14 with 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in the ball game. RB may put it on coast.
Yeah, this is
6 minutes.
This is eerily similar to the prediction I made before the game.
This
was
true.
Off camera, but I predicted 42-17. Maybe a little bit off.
Yeah,
but that's
it's all right. Yeah, I said I was going a little more aggressive, but you definitely were the closer of the two.
But hey, we still got some time left, so that may be a little premature on my part.
Yeah, both of our predictions may be in a little bit of jeopardy here.
But you talked about how RB has struggled over the past years, and a lot of players on RB's side have used that as a little chip on their shoulder. They know they haven't had success, and sometimes the football program would be referred to as a laughing stock at some point.
It's been the butt of a lot of jokes over the last few years.
But they've used that as fuel, and I would give Brian Kulaga a hard time, and he told me just wait, and he proved me wrong.
Wow, I don't believe that. That was a great trap by 28, Khalil Guis. Man, that was shot right at his gut. He managed to hang on. That could have deflected back to a Bulldog fairly easily.
Yeah.
But Aurora Central has good field position to start.
Yeah, and I don't know if Fucinato has inconsistency in his kicking, or if they're play calls in which he's supposed to squib it.
Yeah.
But sometimes he boots it down to the goal line, and other times he's squibbing it right
I feel
across
like
the line.
what happens is you have to hit a sweet spot on the ball, which is about a little bit beneath the equator. The top of your shoe should be hitting right on that equator. And Fusi gets the middle of his shoe on the equator of the ball and tends to squib it. Whether he's doing it on purpose or not, that's what's happening here as the ball is getting a line drive about 5 yards off the ground. Another thing that's worth mentioning again, it is Veterans Night here at RB Football. A lot of veterans here. They got into the game for free. RB also honored a few other veterans before the game started. A couple teachers have siblings, husbands, brothers, family members that were all part of military. So it's a big night for not only the RB staff, but the RB community in general. Snap to Ron. Ron, wide open, is his receiver. That'd be Colin Bailey.
Yeah, and you talked about a lot of teachers have siblings, but one of our own teachers on the RB staff, Kevin Turk, he served in the military.
That's true.
And we are very thankful for Coach Turk, also a part of this football program. He coaches on the sophomore level, and got to be thankful for the service that he's given to our country.
And it is 2nd and 1. In the pistol is Ron. Ron looking deep. And Butch Wicken had that covered, but not well enough as the pass is completed to number 7. That's Johnny Belskis.
Yeah. That's a tough play, but, Whitkin could have done a better job. He looked for the ball rather than staying with his man, and, he paid on that one.
Yeah, the double move burned him there. It looked like it was going to be a short comeback route, and they did run the short comeback route last play to set up the double move, which burned him deep. And not to mention, fantastic throw from Matt Ron.
Oh, yeah, very solid throw. But, sometimes as defensive backs, you can get a little greedy trying to jump a pass, and I think that may have been the case there.
Fenko put that through the uprights to make the game 40-21. Bulldogs still lead by 19. Well, Arby will get the ball back on offense. Let's see what they can do. It's been really exciting watching the second half. So let's see here.
Look for a similar drive to the one we saw before where they ran the ball with Kulaga a lot, ran the clock down, gave Piernock a run or two. Look for another methodical, slow-paced, clock-churning type of series.
Yeah, and they did have a lot of success with that. Normally, Arby's trademark is the big play, but they're showing how multidimensional they are with these short plays and these ground and pound style of offense.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job, and all different types of kinds of shapes and everything. They've just been doing great tonight.
Yeah. And now it is Chap back by himself to return the kick. Arby's ready for the onside recovery.
Yeah, they really got no choice other than to go for the onside.
Yeah, down by 3 scores with 5 minutes and 34 seconds left in the game. You're correct. They do not have much other choice.
But, hey, we've seen crazier things happen in this game.
We have.
I mean, hey, the early 2000 Bulldogs were known for their onside. Let's see what.
And recovered by a Bulldog effortlessly. Great job jumping on that. Football is an interesting thing because it takes a dip, it takes a dive, it takes a bad hop. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's got that weird oblong shape. It's not like a regular ball. You throw it down, it's going to bounce somewhere completely different. You don't know where it's going to go. So
now RB will have great field position after the recovered onside. RB will have the ball on the 48-yard line. Aurora's 48-yard line. And now Swift under center. Swift to Kulaga. Kulaga fighting for a yard. Gets more than a yard. Gets 5. Brian Kulaga turning on beast mode.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch-esque from Brian Kulaga. Just very, very resilient throughout tonight. You think he's wrapped up, and then he breaks free and gets extra yards, or think he's wrapped up and he breaks around the whole pack and gets a touchdown like we saw last series.
And that comes down to coaching. Coaches tell Brian, you're getting wrapped up, keep your legs moving. You're getting, held by your jersey, keep your legs moving. Good things will happen to players with intensity and players that have the determination and the integrity enough to keep their legs moving. Looks like Dixon was wide open. Oh, did not take advantage of that in time as it was covered. Eesh. I don't think, Swift did not get his players to the line. I think that was audible a little bit. That should have been a play that Swift kind of, without permission, should have just audibled himself. Kind of waited too long. Double check, triple check, and now it's a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and that comes with experience. Swift, it's just his second year, but, he's been showing that he can make those audibles. If he makes that a little sooner, Dixon could be looking at a walk-in for a touchdown.
And you saw in the replay there, as soon as Dixon caught it, he was getting hit, so he really didn't have much chance there. Now it's a 3rd and 7. Swift. Hand off to Brill Piernock, who gets a large chunk of yards. Not enough for the first down, though. And the timeout. Clock is stopped. Timeout taken by Aurora. With 4 minutes left in the game, Aurora It looks like they have an injured player on the field.
Protecting
Let's look at
the
this.
quarterback.
Pro Peardenach in the shotgun, or rather, Matt Chap ready to punt it away. Man, I forgot what down it was. 4th down. Ooh, I need to wake up. Matt Chap punts away for the Bulldogs. Snap to Chap. Chap,
Almost blocked.
low liner. Good grab by Babler. And he gets brought out of bounds at the 39-yard line, or 34-yard line. Fantastic job by Babler.
So, yeah, coming off that long break, now they got a football game to finish. Got to finish it off strong, bring some momentum into the Glenbard South game because they're going to need it against the Raiders.
And let's see what Aurora Central can do on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they're down by 19 points, 3 scores. But that's actually not as much as you'd think that sometimes. Good tackle. Great job by the Bulldogs. In particular, that was the Jordan Petronella. Great job by the captain.
Yeah, Jordan's been solid all year, making plays all the time for the Bulldogs. Tonight he's come out, put together another solid performance.
And now it'll be 2nd and 10. Pistol formation. Ron in the backfield. Steps to Ron, hand off to Padilla. Padilla running. Oh, man, he is running rampant. Good tackle by Adolfo Linares. Eventually the safety coming up to help, but great blocking by Aurora Central. Padilla had no people around him. He had no idea what to do.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of Bulldog defense, at least tonight. Very seldom have the Knight running backs been able to get free like they did on that one.
Large gain. Gave them the first down. It'll be a 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. And the snaps are on. Handoff to, that was Sean Tobin. And Tobin stuffed for a no-yard gain. It'll be a 2nd and 10.
Clock keeps on running. Looks like the Knights are content to walk out of here with a 19-point loss. You know, just keep those players intact. You already saw one big injury. The last thing you want is for another guy to go down.
Yeah, they're just running the ball. Now here's the pass. Out to the sideline to
Looks like he's short of
Mario
first
May.
down.
Short of the first down and not out of bounds. So the clock still runs. Down to 1:30 in the ball game. RB up 40-21. Just a reminder, I'm Andrew Pulewski. Here with Steve Bear live at Shuey Stadium. Watch RBTV, Comcast channel 16, AT&T channel 99. Search Brookfield and online at rbtv.tv. We have a 24-hour sports network for all you sports fans out there. And wide open was Colin Bailey. And Bailey gets the first down.
Yeah, it's Veterans Night here at RB, and it's also last game for football that we're gonna have these bleachers here at Shuey Stadium. So it's a great sending off party for the old Shuey Stadium. Lots of great things have happened here. Of course, the 2001-2000 Bulldogs football team led by Tim Brasic. They put together the greatest show on turf, at least in the RB High School.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, very fitting that Bulldogs go out winning big and clinching a playoff berth. Last game ever at Old Shuey Stadium.
Man, that was sloppy time management from Aurora Central. Spiked the ball to stop the clock and then had to call a timeout because they weren't set on which play they were going to run here. With 1 minute left in the ball game, down by 19.
Yeah, well, at this point, doesn't really matter. The game's pretty much over. You know, if they could get another touchdown, the score may look a little nicer for the Knights, but the result is all but set in stone.
Yeah, and it is with 1 minute left.
Aurora Central call timeout on that play, I believe.
Yeah, it wasn't Aurora Central timeout. Try to get to reorganize here. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. And now it's Ron in the backfield. Ron, couple Bulldogs in on him, had to get rid of it quickly. Incomplete pass, stops the clock with 1 second left.
It was actually Bailey.
Oh, Bailey. That is correct.
Yeah, Ron's a southpaw. Bailey's a righty. I guess they're trying to give him some time.
Yeah.
Game's pretty much over.
Interesting. Bailey actually also has a reception on this drive too, so big first down reception for Bailey, and he is still under center.
Bailey's actually probably more prototypical in size. He's 6'4", and that's what you want if you're looking for a quarterback.
That was a bullet there to Mario May for a good chunk of yards. That'll be 4th and 5. And you know Aurora's going for it as the clock ticks down. 46 seconds left in the game. And May's yelling to hurry up, get to the line. And looks like as the clock ticks down past 30 seconds, down to 25. Bailey gets the snap off, lofts one into the end zone for Mario May, who hauls it in for the touchdown. Great grab by Mario May with 19 seconds left in the ball game. Hey, the big physical guy went up and got it, right, Steve?
Oh yeah, just throw it up, let him come down with it. He's 6'7". That's what he's gonna do.
It is what he was going to do.
Yeah, now May can go home, tell his parents that he had a touchdown. Great game.
Go. Exactly. Great game from May. Actually, that was his second touchdown. Actually, that was his second grab. He's a big guy, man. He'll get up, he'll jump and grab one. As Aurora Central Catholic put up 27 points on this Bulldogs defense, which at times has looked impenetrable, at times has looked porous.
Yeah, I think that play is just a case of, getting a little complacent. The game's pretty much over.
Yep.
They kind of just let May go undetected.
And that is Franco. The extra point is good.
So, the score makes it look like it was more of a game than it actually was. 41-28 now. 13-point ball game, but after the first half, the Bulldogs just dominated this game.
They did. They really, I still have to credit Coach Curtin, I assume. The great emotional, probably pump-up team talk. It must have been because the Bulldogs came out looking emotionally better. They weren't so, complacent's a good word. They weren't so conservative. They weren't so relaxed. They were more intense. They really wanted to win.
Yeah, I imagine Remember the Titans Friday Night Lights-esque speech.
Combined, all put into one.
Yeah, speech from Coach Curtin.
Yes.
I don't know what his public speaking is like, but if this is any indication, he could be the next president of the United States.
I think that's actually completely accurate.
He's got my vote.
Yeah, he's got my vote too. Here we go. With 19 seconds left in the ball game, I think Arby's going to field this kick. They may be trying an onside.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Get practice. Or kicking away. We're still not sure completely.
Recover an onside kick, get a touchdown. Recover another onside kick, get a touchdown, and ACC
in 19
wins.
seconds.
Easier said than done.
That is definitely true. Nearly impossible, I believe.
Yeah,
the deep
kick.
kick.
Kick it away.
Fielded by Wicken. Wicken takes a knee at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, no need to get injured on a meaningless play. Smart decision by Wicken. So Swift's just going to go in there, take a knee, and Bulldogs clinch a playoff spot.
That is incredible. For the first time since 2009. Wow.
Yeah, and now
congratulations to the coaching staff and all of the players who have been a part of this.
Yeah, this again sets up the huge matchup at Glenbard South for the conference title, and that's just going to – looks like it could be a great game.
That will be a great game. I may make the trip to Glenbard South myself. That's going to be fun.
Most definitely.
That's going to be
You
fun.
can expect to see me there.
And Arby setting up in victory formation here. Snap is swift. Takes a knee.
Yep,
and
there
that
we go.
will conclude your game as the seconds tick down to 10. Wow, man, Arby pumped up for the playoffs. All the fans pumped up on their feet. Congratulations, Arby, for your first playoff berth since 2009. Congrats to the coaching staff and all the players, everyone who's been a part of it. I'm Andrew Bolewski, here with Stephen Bear. So long and good night.